So, what's up, my visual vagrants? We're back for another episode of Anime Cousins.
Or what?
Visual vagrants, you know.
What up, Anime Cousins fam? It's
That's
me,
good.
your boy.
So, we're back again, and today we actually have a very interesting topic. We're going to be talking about like what anime you should like recommend to people who are new, or like if this is your first time here and you're trying to learn about anime, like what ones you could watch. And we're going to be separating by genre and stuff like that, but we're going to start with shonen.
So, Jason, can you give a little blurb as to what shonen anime is?
So shonen is like it literally means for boys. So it's like actiony and like very kind of violent, and there's a lot of fighting and stuff like that. So it's gonna be, your more action movie styled anime.
Right.
So
Okay.
on one of the ones that we would definitely recommend is Death Note. Like,
oh yeah,
you can't go wrong with Death Note. It is a amazing story about a kid who basically like basically gets the ability to kill someone by writing their name in a book. Like that is
a
amazing
Death
and messed up, but
Note.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Death Note is actually a real easy watch. It's like 39 episodes. Really good one to start out with. It's crazy. It's got lots of twists and turns. It'll keep you engaged, for sure.
Time.
So
yeah,
definitely that's a good one for newbies for sure. What else we got?
Let's see. We also have My Hero. I mean, it's like top tier anime. I'm assuming if you even have heard of the word anime, you know what My Hero is. Like, I don't even think we need to explain it, but we will.
Yeah.
It's basically a world full of superpowers, and it's about a kid who didn't get any, who finds a guy who basically gives him powers, and it's about him learning to become powerful.
Yeah. It's just like kids in high school using powers, learning how to use their powers, fighting villains. It's a really classic anime. And I one thing I really like about it is that it spotlights the side characters quite a bit in the show. Like it's not just all about the main character who is very annoying.
All right, he's getting better. Come on now. He's
getting better, but also like because they spotlight the side characters so much, we don't even see Deku that much. Like as much as we did in the first like 2 seasons.
That is true. Yeah, we don't follow him nearly as hard. Yeah.
But no, it's a solid anime. Honestly, it's the anime that I've rewatched the most because I have watched it with a different person every time. I've probably watched it with 4 different people. So like I'll start it over with a new person.
No, you're kinder than me. I tell people to catch up to where I'm at. I'll wait for a while, but I'm not gonna rewatch it.
I like to be there to be like, hey, are you paying attention to this one part?
You know what? That's smart.
That's really important. But no, My Hero is solid. It's a one of the newer gen anime. When did it come out? 2015?
Around that, like 2015, 2016, yeah, around that. Yeah.
It's on season 6, but it's still like even if you just watch the first season, that's like a really good grasp of shonen. Okay, what's next?
So next we have one of my personal favorites, Demon Slayer, and it's basically follows a kid whose family is, his family gets murdered.
His family
basically.
what?
His family gets murdered. All right. So, and he basically takes in his sister, who has been attacked and by demons, and his sister unfortunately is becoming one of the demons. And he wants to protect her, so he basically goes out to try to find a cure for her. Which I feel like people forget that is the whole point of the show, is that he's trying to find a cure for his sister Nezuko. But either way, it's full of action, full of swordplay. If you've ever watched a samurai movie, you will love this one. It is so fluid, so great. Action the whole time. Well, not the whole time, but a lot. And then when it's not action, it's usually funny.
Yeah, it does have a lot of comedic aspects to it. The main trio in the show has like a really weird dynamic,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to love it. Like it's just they're mostly lovable
All
characters,
right,
all of
don't
them.
don't
But
do. Yeah, no, actually, he's pretty bad. But
Zenitsu is he is cold as fuck when he's asleep. Anyway,
oh, that's
I don't
wild.
want to dive into the anime too much, but one thing Jason didn't mention, the art style and the animation
Oh,
is fucking top tier.
yeah,
It's just chef's kiss.
it
Like
really is.
it really is. And it's funny, that's what a lot of people say about the anime, like, oh, you only like Demon Slayer for the animation. And it's like, what's wrong with liking it for the animation? The
There's
story's
nothing
good
wrong.
too, but like aesthetically pleasing animes are still enjoyable, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Demon Slayer is has 2 seasons out. I think season 3 is gonna come out
2 seasons in a movie.
next.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Technically 3 seasons because they broke it up and like. Hey,
I was gonna
yeah.
say the Mugen Train arc is technically part of season 2, is it not? Like I thought that
I
was just
mean,
like
technically, yes, it's the front part, but they just basically chopped up the movie to basically so people could easily digest it if they didn't have time to watch the whole thing. It's 2 seasons in a movie.
okay. Um, that's fair. All
Mm.
right, what's next?
Another one, a classic of any anime stan, Hunter x
Classic.
Hunter. It follows this boy, Gon, on his mission to basically find his dad.
His dad, who is gone. Just like, okay,
Like,
sorry,
that
I
is
couldn't
like
resist.
the I went to go get some milk story, and he's tracking him down.
Yep.
It is so funny, but like the thing is, it's so actiony. You love
Yeah.
Gon off rip, and the people around him make him stronger.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. I definitely love the side characters. It's actually funny. I'm gonna show you. Pick up my camera.
Yeah.
I have a little sticker on my laptop
Oh,
of
Gon and Killua.
and Go.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, I do think it's interesting the whole like my dad left to be a hunter. That must be interesting. Let me try it.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of thing.
Hey, he wants
but
he wants to meet his dad. He heard
I'm
his
not.
dad was strong from his auntie, so he like, all
Mhm.
right, I want to see him.
And I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad
And
at it.
I love Hunter x Hunter. It has a lot of great arcs in it. Just like my favorite arc in Hunter x Hunter's got to be the Chimera Ant arc.
Oh, that's
hands
everyone's.
down.
That's everyone's, hands down.
Lots of people like the
Which one's better than the Chimera?
nothing's better, but I'm just saying some people think that there is a one that's better than that one.
There's not. Not
Was
a
it
single one.
the York New City one that they
Oh
like better?
no, that
I
one
can't
was
remember.
that one was good, but it's not better than Chimera. Not
No.
even close.
One thing about Hunter x Hunter, I feel like this was actually the first anime that actually made me cry. Well,
Really?
maybe not
Probably the first shonen that made you cry?
probably the first shonen that
Okay,
made me
we'll
cry.
give
For
it
sure.
that. Yeah.
Well,
I feel like you cried at F.
because I started shonen before I got more into everything else. Anyway, the point is, there is definitely a point. It didn't even expect. I wasn't expecting to cry, but I did because it was like one tear, but I like a thug tear.
Yeah.
But
Thug dear, I'm dead.
but I was like, wow, I'm actually feeling bad for this character.
Mhm.
Like, it was because I was feeling bad for like one of the villains actually. And it's amazing that they have that kind of storytelling in that show that to make you like feel those emotions
Mhm.
for like, you know,
Right.
quote unquote side characters or whatever.
Right. And it's not just a side character. You said a villain. Like,
Well,
to
yeah.
be able to make a show where you actually feel for the bad guy is very hard.
Mhm.
It's very hard.
Yes.
Mm.
But yeah, just full disclosure with Hunter x Hunter, we're still waiting for another
He's
We're still
making
waiting
it.
for
He's currently
another
drawing it. He just got better. The author of it.
Yeah, the author of the manga was sick for a while, so yeah. Anyway, what we got next?
All right. Another one we got next is One Punch. And One Punch is
One Punch.
yes, it's a very classic intro. Everyone says that. But One Punch is basically about this guy Saitama who is dumb strong. Like literally, his name describes the whole thing. He knocks everybody out
Yep.
with a single punch. Like it's done. KO. You probably dead or in the hospital if he hits you.
Yeah.
So it follows
Yeah.
him on his journey in his life, and like all the people he meets. He's got a great side character that everyone likes better, Genos. Everyone loves Genos. If you
Love
don't
me
love
some
Genos, you
Genos.
can get out.
Respectfully, disrespectfully, actually.
Disrespectfully.
Um, but yeah, one thing about One Punch Man, like it's like when you hear like you have such an overpowered character, like oh knocks everyone out in one punch, you would think that this show would be like kind of boring, like oh he's obviously gonna win every fight or everything, but it's very intriguing. Now I haven't seen season 2 of it, but
it's just as
I
funny.
love it. I love the first and it's very funny. It's
so
such a funny show. So definitely check out One Punch Man.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got?
Another one.
I was gonna say we're still talking shonen.
We're still on shonen. We will let you know when we switch over to a different genre. Another shonen is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Make sure it's Brotherhood because that one's the one that's actually true to the manga. The other one is good for the first half, and then it gets all messed up because they kind of just decided, oh, it's not finished being written. I'm just gonna just make up a story. So make sure you watch Brotherhood, and it's about these two brothers who lose their mom, and they try to bring her back with alchemy, and they end up losing their body. One of them completely loses their whole body, and one loses an arm and a leg. And it's about them basically trying to get their bodies back. Well, Alphonse needs his whole body, and right? Yes,
correct.
Alphonse needs his whole body.
Ed is just his arm and his
leg. Right, but he doesn't care about himself. He just wants his brother's body back. The whole time, he's only like, I need to get my brother's body back. He's fine with his metal arm.
You're talking about Ed.
Yes, Ed is fine.
Ed really cares about getting his brother.
Right,
correct.
He cares about
I thought you were saying that Alphonse only wanted Ed's body. That's why I was looking at you like, what are you talking about? Okay.
That's on me. That was confusing. Ed only cares about getting his brother Alphonse's body back.
Pretty much,
because he lives in an armor, like a suit of armor.
Yeah. This is actually my favorite anime. If you guys have been like watching our podcast, you know that I've mentioned this before. I fucking love this show, and it's a short one. It's like 60-ish short. I use short in quotations. It's like 60-ish episodes, but it gets you. Every emotion it gets you. You will experience every emotion watching this show.
True. Yeah.
But that's what I like about it. I like a show that I'm able to laugh, cry, unfortunately, to like actually be invested in these characters and everything. You really want the main characters to win. Like you really you that's what you're rooting for the whole time. And you really just on a journey with them, and it's just amazing. I just love it. Anyway, what's next?
All right, so we're gonna go down to shoujo.
All right, Jason, what is shoujo?
All right, so shoujo, similar counterpart to shonen, it means girl. So it's gonna be more romance and very cutesy stuff, flowers popping up for no reason, stuff like that.
You mean like Cowboy Bebop?
Can we? No.
Which was not mentioned in the shonen, but I would like to throw that in as just a nostalgic anime that's really a good one to start as well, because it's short as well.
We'll put it in honorable mentions because it might be a little too old style for someone who's trying to just join in.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, sorry. Go ahead. I interrupted you.
Oh, you're fine. So on our shoujo journey, we are going to talk about Ouran High School Host Club.
I love Host Club.
Which is only one season, so you can definitely make that work. And it's about this girl who basically joins like a boys' club, if you will. That is literally the premise.
The show is a reverse harem.
It's a reverse harem. If you don't know what a harem is, it's like, well, I mean, Google, don't Google it. Oh, so so it's like when there's a single guy and there's usually a bunch of girls around him that are all attracted to him. This is the opposite of that. So there's a single girl and there's a bunch of guys who are attracted to her. However, she
Mhm.
does dress like a guy a lot, so I'm always confused. Like, do you really like girls or not? But it's fine.
Mhm.
It's okay.
You can be dressed like a guy and still like guys, Jason.
I mean, you can. I'm talking about these boys who see this girl dressed as a boy all the time, every day. She comes in looking like a
Nah,
boy.
nah. The boys in the club seem like they got a little sugar in their tank. Not gonna lie,
And that's
a little,
perfectly fine.
a little fruity in the booty, and that's all right.
We trust me. We
That's
stand. We
just
stand with
hey,
y'all.
we stand because either way, I love the show. And you know what's
It's
so
great.
funny? The whole point of her joining the club, or the whole like reason, is because she broke a vase.
That's it. She broke a vase in
She
the club,
broke.
and now she has to pay it back.
She has to pay it back, and she joins the host club.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a really, really cute. It's really cute. I actually watched this. Didn't even realize that's what I watched until later on. But I watched this in high school with some of
Did you?
my friends in high school. Yeah, I
That's
didn't know
cool.
that's what I mean. I don't think it registered to me back then that I was watching anime, but I was like, yeah, this show is just interesting.
Yeah, it is a very
So
interesting one.
yeah, you definitely get invested in those characters. It's cringe at times, not gonna lie, but it's
Yeah.
good cringe.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
All right, what else?
So the next one we're going to talk about is Maid Sama, and to be honest, the expert on this one is going to be Courtney. So I'm going to just let her describe this one because this is one of the ones that she started watching. Like,
Oh my
she knows
gosh.
this one.
I don't even I wouldn't say I'm an expert on it. I've literally only
You
seen it
talk
once.
about it all the time.
Do
Yeah, almost
I?
every episode that we talk about Shojo.
So Maid Sama is the main character. She is like the most badass character ever. She is like the school president at this it's like it's not an all boys school,
It's
so it's
mostly
like
boys.
a mostly boys school. So she is the female president at this boys school, so she commands a lot of respect, right? But she has a secret, and that secret is that she works at a maid cafe part-time, and she keeps that a secret from people at the school, so they don't kind of mess with her reputation, basically, right?
Yeah.
But there's this guy that finds out about her being at the maid cafe, and basically they fall in love.
That literally sums it up perfectly.
No, that's about it. But yeah, it's they have this dynamic of like he's really into her. She's trying to like, oh, I'm not really that into you. And eventually he wears her down kind of situation.
She's a
That's
tsundere, and she likes him but doesn't want to admit it kind of thing.
yep. But it's really cute.
It's
It's
a cute
cute. It's funny. I think I told you about this before that I tried watching this in the dub first,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Couldn't
had
do
to
it.
switch to the sub
Yeah.
because the voice actor is the same as Bulma for the main character,
Mm.
and it was like throwing me. I was just watching the show. I was like, "Why is Bulma talking?" It was confusing me. I've been able to get over that though, but like whenever I did watch this, that got me. But yeah, Maid Sama is like one season, real short, sweet to the point. It's a cute story.
Yeah. All right. Next we have Fruits Basket, which is like the most known shoujo of like all time. It is about this girl. She's like she's an orphan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's an orphan, and she runs into this kid, and she kind of gets brought into the family, but the family is like made out of like the Chinese zodiac, so it's like 13 different ones, and they can like turn into their animals. It's really kind of cool that they can
Yeah.
turn into the animals that they represent, but like it's kind of like a romance thing. So she's got all these options because there's 13 of them, and like it's like it's another reverse harem basically.
I've never thought of it that way, but I fucks with it.
Yeah.
I could rock with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fruits Basket. I personally recommend you watching the 2019 version and not the old version.
Yeah, watch
because
the
the art style is garbanzo beans.
I mean, it's
Garbanzo
old.
beans.
It's old. It's not like they didn't have the technology.
Do you see how far apart their eyes were?
It's the style of the actual manga. If you read the manga, they literally look like that. That's why they look like that.
Barf. I haven't read the manga obviously, but no, I'm sorry. Their eyes are over here. They're all the way over here. Their eyes.
They are definitely super far apart.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, Fruits Basket is honestly in my top 10 anime. Like I am just obsessed with the love story in it. Honestly, it's so cute, and I'm a sucker for Kyo. Actually, you know what, Jason?
Kyo is the best. You got a Kyo sticker? No. All right, you wearing a Kyo shirt? Come on. Did you plan that?
This is what I pulled out of my laundry basket.
No, all right then.
Also, a quick sidebar. Thanks, Andrea, for our hoodies. We're wearing them.
Oh,
Yay.
yeah. Grinch.
I said hoodie, sweatshirt. Yeah. Anyway.
Whatever.
But no, I love Q. And I love Fruits Basket. It is a really good shonen. Shoujo. Jesus Christ.
They're so close. They're literally like 3 letters different.
Yeah. And so moving on, I know it's not written on our list here.
Mm-hmm.
Kaguya-sama Love is War. Fucking phenomenal shoujo.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's up there with me liking Fruits Basket, to be honest.
Great.
Because so Kaguya-sama Love is War, the reason why I love it so much is more of a rom-com. Like it's extremely funny. Like actually laugh out loud funny.
Yeah.
Like the narrator in the show,
so
hilarious.
Funny. Every time he says anything, it's just like, oh my god.
The relationships in the show, like it's just amazing. It's a good show. You want to talk about what it's about, Jason?
So it's basically about these 2 people. So they're both like super smart. One's from a rich family, one's from a poor family. They're like president and vice president. The male character is president. The female character is vice president of like the school's. I don't know what you call it. The board. I forget what it's called. I haven't been to school. Thank you, student council. So, but they like each other. But the whole thing is, they think whoever admits that they like the other one first wins. Like the other person has like so much power because oh, you admitted you love me. Now I run this bitch.
Correct. So that's where the Love is War part of the title comes in. That's they're literally just fighting for love. Even though they clearly both like each other, but neither of them want to admit it.
That they like each other, but
it's so
no one will give.
It is so funny.
It is.
Anyway.
All right, let's move on. All right, so now we're going to talk about Slice of Life. And Slice of Life is like, it's literally the name. It's like supposed to be like, oh, it's supposed to be like a little bit of life, like the way life is almost. But, there's some exaggerations and stuff because it's got to be like, it can't be life because somebody would just be like chilling on the couch watching TV. So...
But that's what, what's that oldest running anime? Isn't that basically what that is?
Yeah, but there's like a whole bunch of jokes and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So it balances out. Either way, so it's life. So on this list we have, which I disagree with because I think it's a sports anime, Food Wars. And Food Wars is about this kid.
Let me Google it.
Don't Google it. Anyways, Food Wars.
Is Food Wars Slice of Life? I don't know what it is, Jason.
I don't think it's. I still think it's got like tournaments. Can't be. It's gotta be. Anyways, we're getting distracted. So, Food Wars is basically about this kid, and he's like been cooking with his dad and learning how to cook like his whole life. So he's like bomb at it. So he basically goes to this school, and like gets to like flex his skills and learn from other people and like make new friends and stuff like that. But the thing about this show is, do not let children watch this show. Do not, if you have kids, this is not the show you watch with them, because every time somebody eats some bomb food, clothes go off, naked, just orgasmic noises. Like, you got, this is one of those ones you gotta like wear headphones for, because if you don't, then whoever's around you is just gonna hear all the time, every like 20 minutes. Someone's gonna go for no reason.
Yeah.
Well, not for no reason, because the food's bomb, but yes.
You know those jokes about like walking in when you watch anime and then it looks like it's like hentai pretty much.
That's what they're talking about. They're talking
That's
about
what
this show right here. Literally, there's a scene in the first episode that is horrifying. If you can make it through that first episode, you can watch the whole thing.
The show is so funny though. It's a really good show. But yeah, the food gasms that they have are pretty intense. But I'm not caught up on the show because I think there's
honestly,
5
I
seasons?
stopped after the first season. I couldn't keep watching people bust over food. I'm sorry, it was too much.
I think I made it to season 2, but it's because I think that's all they had on Netflix. But I think there's actually more seasons out.
No, I imagine this one is one of the most popular shows. So yeah, I assume there's gonna continue making it. So if you like it, watch it.
Definitely the kind of show that I'm like, I want to make that, like food. Like the food
does
good.
Look bomb, and it makes you want to make it.
For sure. There's actually someone who actually has made a lot of the food on that show.
You talking about Babish?
The whole website.
You talking about Babish? Because Babish did it.
I'm not sure.
All right.
Could be. I don't know the name, but no, Food Wars it's definitely funny. Definitely not kid friendly.
No.
Let me go back for a second. Everything we've talked about is
I feel like majority
TV-14.
of it is elite violence. That is the maximum you're gonna get from it. Is just too much violence. This is naked women, naked men. Just no.
Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, that's just the disclaimer there. Anyway, next slice of life, what we got?
All right, next one is one of my personal favorite and a lot of manga readers' personal favorite shoujo, which is Komi Cannot Communicate, or can't.
You said you think it's a shoujo?
Komi? Yeah, definitely. Komi's definitely a shoujo.
Jason.
Yes.
So, we're both wrong.
What?
Komi is shonen. It has won
a shonen
67th in the manga award shonen category.
there's no. All right, I dispute that. No, there's no way that Komi is shonen.
Komi is a part of Shonen Jump, and it's I'm screaming. I'm screaming right now.
There's no way.
I'm looking on Wiki. It says its demographic is shonen. So I personally think Komi is more of a slice of life.
Definitely.
Because while there's romance in it, I don't really feel like that's the focus. I feel like the focus is literally her trying to navigate high school and trying to get all these friends.
Yes, that is the summary basically.
It being shonen I'm gagged right now.
I only remember one person ever punching anybody, like actually being violent.
Komi is officially a shonen anime. Get
all right. Fuck. Apparently this is in the wrong category, but we're going to talk about it now anyways. So
I still think it's considered, even though, I mean, we just talked about Cowboy Bebop, which is technically shoujo, which we all view as shonen. So like,
that's true. Yeah.
Anyway, so we gonna keep on keeping on.
We're gonna keep on keeping on. So this slice of life, Komi Can't Communicate, is about a girl who literally does not have the ability to talk because she is so afraid of people, basically. So it's about her and this guy that she actually learns to talk to, like using like notes and like writing on chalkboard and stuff like that. They become friends, and he finds out that her goal in life right now is to make 100 friends. So he decides he's gonna help her. and it's all about their journey trying to make those 100 friends. And it is a very, very cute show. It is this is why I don't think it's shonen. It is adorably cute. It is every second of it is like, aw. So I can't give it the shonen. I can give it the slice of life. And it's hilarious. There's so many moments that are just funny for no
Mm-hmm.
reason. It's just like, oh,
Absolutely.
watching her struggle is actually kind of funny, but it's messed up
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah. It is relatable, like for introverts and stuff like that, though.
Yes.
It is like definitely on the extreme, kind of like her social anxiety and everything, but it's still very relatable. Like,
Mm.
and it's just super cute. Fun fact about Komi Can't Communicate: it was actually one of my wheel spins when we had technical difficulties,
Yeah.
so I didn't get to talk about it actually on the podcast. But I love the show. I never finished the first season, but I watched like 16. No,
You watched how many?
I watched more than 12 episodes for sure.
Then you made it through the first season.
I thought that they extended
Oh, I
for
keep
like
forgetting they do the
that
parts.
it's like 24.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
I hate that.
So yeah. Anyway, Komi Can't Communicate is very, 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 very cute.
Yeah, it is. Extremely. All right, so the next one is another one of my personal favorites. It's called Blue Period. It's about this kid. He's lost in life. He doesn't know, like, he's really smart and good at school naturally, but he's like not really interested in the stuff that's around him until he basically sees this painting. And
Hmm.
then he becomes obsessed with learning how to draw and following his dreams as being an artist. It is
Hmm.
a very inspirational anime. Like, you can live
Hmm.
out your dreams if you want to, kind of thing. And I highly recommend it. A lot of people say it's like really, really like mid and insulting the artist because how fast this kid's picking it up and stuff like that. But like, I think it's very like that's not the point. I think it's just supposed to inspire you to do what you want to do, what truly makes you
Right.
happy.
Yeah. One thing I like about the show too, because one of the characters is transgender, right?
Yes, yes.
Um, I don't I at least for me, I don't see a lot of representation for like transgender people, like, so like seeing that I was like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But also like I enjoyed the show, and actually the art in the show and everything, it's very aesthetically pleasing. And it's just a nice vibe. This is something I did spin on my wheel. Um Pretty early on, actually. Actually, I feel like the episode we talked about Blue Period, I spun it on my wheel. I don't know how you got that to work, Jason, but
Hey, I made it work. I wanted you to watch it. I really did. I willed it.
You willed it for sure. Are there any other slice of life? I can't think of
Another slice of life that we could give an honorable mention to.
I literally haven't
There
seen
is
enough.
one, but I forget the name of it. It's about it's on Netflix. It's about a kid who basically lives by himself, and he has
Kotaro lives around.
Yes.
What is it?
Kotaro
Yeah.
lives
That
alone.
one.
That one gets my honorable mention because it is like the saddest slice of life out, but it's like the rest of it is like so cute. So like he lives in an apartment by himself, and his neighbor is like, what's up with this kid living by himself? So he takes it onto himself to basically make sure this kid is safe, even though this kid tells him, I don't need your help, I don't want your help, I got this. But there's sometimes, a kid can't do certain things. Like they can't just like there's certain things that they just can't do.
They just physically can't.
So of course he comes and helps him, and he's pushing back, but it's about them like building a friendship and him learning about this kid's actual situation, and this kid's situation is so messed up. I love that one. I love seeing them grow together. I love him explaining how this kid got to that situation. It is a amazing, underrated anime.
Yeah, it's on my wheel, I'm pretty sure.
I think so too. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to check that one out.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, let's move on to everyone's secret favorite / hated genre of anime, Isekai.
Is it, well,
I mean, you either love it or you hate it. There's some middle ground, but most people are either like, "Oh yeah, I need more isekai," or they're like, "I'm sick of isekai." There's
Yeah.
no there's no happy medium. But there's some good ones on this list. I personally am tired of it, but you know,
You
there
hate it because it's more mainstream.
it's so much that's flooding the market, but anyways, there are some good ones that I truly do enjoy, and one of
Hmm.
them is the time I got reincarnated as a slime. Now, it sounds stupid.
It does sound
It
stupid.
sounds so dumb, but
It
watch it.
sounds
It is
stupid.
so good. So it's about this guy, and he lives in this world, and basically he sacrifices his life to protect his friend and his girlfriend,
Hmm.
and he gets, well, isekai, which basically means in another world. So he gets
Oh
brought
yeah,
into
Jason.
another world.
What does isekai mean?
Sorry, we skipped that. What does isekai mean part? So it
Hmm.
means to be like sent to another world. So he gets sent to another world, and in this world, he is a slime. Like that is what he
He is
he
literally a
literally is a
blue
slime. But the
slime.
thing is, he has special abilities as a slime.
Hmm.
So he basically like can turn into stuff, and like he gets like super powerful, and
Hmm.
it's just great. And he builds a society. That's what really draws me to this one,
Yeah.
is the
Hmm.
world building. If you
For
like good
sure.
world building, this is the one for you.
Yeah. No, I definitely like this one. I am very behind on it. I actually got my dad into it and he passed me
He's probably
watching
done.
it.
He's probably caught
Yeah,
up.
he probably did. But no, I like learning about his abilities with him pretty much. Like you're along on the journey with him. And
Hmm.
that's what I enjoy about the show for sure.
Yeah, I feel like that's what draws a lot of people to isekai, because you get to experience their like story with them, like
Oh,
as
for
they
sure.
learn about a whole new world that they're in.
Hmm.
But yeah, definitely check out Slime. It is good. Another one that is really good, that is one of my personal favorite isekais, and it's one of my favorite isekais because of it's it it's basically they get isekai. It's a brother and sister who are sometimes too close, in my personal opinion. Um, who
Correct.
basically meet a god online, and they feel like their world doesn't make any sense because they're gamers. So usually, like they're like, okay, I know how to beat this game, but reality here doesn't make any sense. So they get isekai by a god from another world into a world where what really matters, every debate, every argument is settled by a game, whether it's chess, poker, some sort of VR game. It can be
Hmm.
any game, but that is how they settle their arguments.
Hmm.
And that is probably one of the reasons why I like this one so much, because I am a
Hmm.
gamer, and honestly that would be cool to be in a world where like everything was decided by gaming.
Yeah.
But it is a beautiful, bright, like just the colors are just amazing for this one. If you like
Yeah.
bright ass like animation, this is like one of the few ones that are like just like, oh my god, it's almost too bright to look at
Yeah.
kind of thing. But I
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Jason loves this one.
Yeah, you didn't like this one too much.
I'll be honest, and you mentioned it, like the relationship between them brother and sister was like too much for me. Like it was just a turn off for me. Like it it's just a little too cringy.
It is very cringy.
Um and kind of one thing with isekai too that you didn't mention, but like kind of people that are like transported into this world or whatever are usually like overpowered in this new world. So it's just kind of like okay, there are these two gamers that are like amazing, and then they win,
Hmm.
and then they win, and then they win. Like it's just,
They do
but
win, but they were winners even when they were in their world. They were undefeated in every game that they
right,
ever touched, from literally everything.
right, and don't get me wrong, the way they win
Mm,
is very interesting. Like that is definitely the one thing about the show that I did like.
yeah.
For me, like the relationship with the brother and sister was just a turn off. But I made sure to put it on the list because I know it's good. It's just personally me,
Mm,
Courtney doesn't like it. But that's
understandable. No, I get that. Hmm. No,
Oh.
it is very off-putting sometimes seeing how close they are, and yeah, but like they kind of did like a scene to like really show you what would happen if they weren't that close. Like they've lived together their whole lives. They're basically like the same person. So if you separate them, it's like you rip somebody's heart out and
Oh my
put it over
gosh.
there.
Anyway. Okay.
Either way,
No.
yeah.
Do you have any other isekai? Those are the only two that I've
Another
seen.
isekai, honorable mention isekai is Re:Zero. Re:Zero is that kind of isekai where like, all right, so it's about this guy. He gets isekai'd into a world, and he knows nothing about this world, and he basically is chasing after this girl, but he keeps dying. Like he dies, and then he's brought back because it's like almost like a game reset, but he remembers it. He remembers everything, and then he tries something different, and he dies. And he tries something different, and he dies. It's about him like learning how to like basically not die, to be honest with you. But what makes this one good is the fact that like you see him eventually like come to terms that he's going to have to like die in order to learn to save people, and it's just a really good story. It's a really good story watching him like come to terms with the fact that he has to sometimes sacrifice himself in order to get knowledge to save the people he cares about. Yeah,
Yeah, is
it's
that
nice.
one on my list?
That one is on your list. It is great.
Okay.
Yes.
I was gonna say there was something that sounded familiar about that title, but then I realized I was thinking of Real Life.
No, I mean, real life is it's alright.
I was
It's
gonna
not bad.
say that's is it more slice of lifey, that one?
It's yeah, I would say that one's slice of lifey.
Okay,
Yeah.
anyway.
Mm.
Okay, isekai. Okay. What about sports anime, Jason?
All right, I don't need to explain what sports is. I'm assuming
Yes, you
people
do.
know what sports are, so we gonna not define that one. So one of the most popular sports animes is one called Haikyuu, and it is about volleyball. It's about this kid, this really, really short kid, and he wants to be the person who basically spikes everything. What are they called again?
The ace.
The ace, right? He wants to be that guy who flies through the air and just wow.
He wants to be him.
Yes, he wants to be him.
Himothy.
Yeah, he's Himothy. Hemi Neutron. Yes.
Sure.
He wants to be that guy on the volleyball team. But he's extremely short. And most times, people who are short can't really get into volleyball. But he trains and he practices and he practices and he gets on a team and he actually shows his worth. And it's about him and his rival basically coming to terms with like how different they are, but accepting each other.
That they can work together and be better together.
Exactly. It is a very, very amazing sports anime. If you like volleyball, you'll love this one. And if you just want to see like somebody's growth as like just people, this is a good one too.
And honestly, if you don't even like volleyball, I think you'll still like this anime.
Yeah, really
Like,
though. Even if you don't, like a lot of people like watch this one and then got into volleyball because of this one.
Yeah, like I genuinely enjoyed IQ, and it was like, man, can I actually watch volleyball in real life now? Like, can I actually like when it was on in the Olympics, the beach volleyball? I was like, I'm watching this now because I was watching Haikyuu. Like, I really like enjoyed it.
The power of anime.
The power of anime is real. That one has a couple seasons out, right?
I want to say 4.
I think I've only seen 2.
I want to say 4.
It's so good though.
It's amazing. Watch it.
All right, what else we got?
So we have another one that's Kuroko Basketball, which is literally like the original basketball anime. Like if you like basketball, imagine like a high school version of the Dream Team playing together. That is literally this show. So if you want to see people just like dunking on kids or making crazy 3-pointers, and if you're like a huge basketball fan, this might get you into anime because it has that potential to. But it is kind of older, so
words.
like the art might push you away.
Really, I think the art style is actually pretty
I feel like
decent.
it's Cowboy Bebop level
Oh no.
animation.
Mm-mm. I don't think so. I would have to disagree.
Really? You think it's better than that?
This came out in
Worse than that?
2008. Wait, that's not right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures. Wait, no. Cowboy Bebop? Absolutely not.
So wait, you're
I
saying
would
it's better than Cowboy Bebop?
animation wise,
Yes.
I wouldn't say those words. I'm saying that like I would put it more on like trying to think what else came out around that time. Like Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh no, Full Metal Alchemist animation. Oh, the original Full Metal Alchemist?
The new one came out in what, 2014?
Okay, you know what? I will give it the Full Metal Alchemist kind of animation.
Like I don't
Full
think
Metal
it's
Alchemist a little bit better.
What I was gonna say, I feel like Cowboy Bebop has an older look to it than Kuroko no Basket. That's all I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Not that the animation is better or worse. It just has an older look. So yeah, I would put the look on more like the original Hunter x Hunter, original FMA, like that kind of like style, but not quite.
All right, I'll give you that. But yes, it's a basketball one. Like basketball, watch it. Good.
Yes, great. I've seen like 2 episodes. What else we got?
We've got Ace of Diamond. Honestly, I have no idea what this one is. Are you talking?
Okay, so I put Ace of Diamond and Big Windup on here. These are both baseball anime.
I don't like baseball.
You don't like baseball?
No. It's real boring. Every game that I've been to, I've had to be drunk. Or I was not gonna have a good time.
That's valid. So I put those 2 on there. I've only seen a couple episodes of both, I wanna say. So I can't speak on them too much, but wait. Yeah. If I had to pick one over the other, no, that's a lie. Let me check.
It's probably going to be Ace of Diamond. I feel like I've heard of Ace of Diamond. I've just never watched Ace of Diamond. I mean, it's not King of Tennis. So,
you talking about Prince of Tennis?
Prince of Tennis. Thank you, Jesus Christ.
Which I didn't put on here, but I haven't seen it.
That one gets an honorable mention.
But yeah, no, Ace of Diamond and Big Windup are both like baseball anime. I just wanted to put different types of sports on there. Mm-hmm. If you like baseball, I think you'll like those anime. I actually feel like I like Big Windup more than Ace of Diamond.
Well, we just lost half our fans.
I can't remember though. Like it's been a really long time. One of my friends told me to watch Big Windup. Anyway, but yeah, I can't speak on either of those too much. But I wanted to put different sports on there. Anyway,
I respect it.
Go ahead, Jason.
Anyways, we're gonna move on because we don't know nothing about baseball. So we're gonna move on to one that I've only seen 1 episode of, and I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm gonna have Courtney talk about it. I did not continue watching it.
You didn't watch any more episodes of BlueLock?
I did not watch any more. So BlueLock is like a soccer anime, and it's about like the Japanese, like their soccer team sucks ass, right? So they need a new like. What is it called?
Striker.
It's striker. Thank you. Sorry, I don't know phrases of these sports. Anyways, they need a new striker. And though they get like, 200 people or something like that?
300 people.
300 people to like fight for this one spot. And it's just like seeing all these amazing like players compete over a single spot is just crazy and ridiculous. But again, I haven't watched enough of it. I'm going to pass it over to Courtney to truly explain.
No, the intensity of the competition is what really drives home the anime for me. Like, like you mentioned, is 300 of them competing for one spot. They're in this building or whatever you want to call it, called BlueLock, and they the way they eliminate people is wild, and it's a different type of elimination every time. So it's more than just them playing soccer, every time. And I really do enjoy the show a lot. This is the one that I have 3 volumes of the manga as well, because I really like the manga as well. And it stays true to the manga, which I
That's rare.
appreciate.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, Blue Lock is great. I love the main character actually. Um, we actually get to learn kind of about him more as we're watching. I don't know. Okay, I'm trying to say he learns about himself and we're learning about himself with like we're
You're
all
watching him
learning
grow.
about him together.
You're watching
Yes,
him grow as
it's
a
I
person.
wouldn't
Yes.
necessarily call it growth. Like he has like this potential in him that he doesn't even know about, that we're discovering it with him. That's what I've been trying to say
Oh.
the whole time.
All right.
Jesus, that's what I've been trying to say. But no, Blue Lock, honestly, I put it up there with like Haikyuu. It's
That's high praise.
super good. Blue Lock is newer, so it's not it doesn't have as many episodes out as like Haikyuu and stuff like that, but so good. So
Alright.
good. I think there's another soccer anime. I think it's called
Something.
Is it a Hiro no Sora? Or is that the basketball one?
I think, is that the basketball one?
That's the basketball one.
Yeah.
I lied to you.
Something.
No, it's what is it called? It does start with an A.
Yeah.
AO type.
I forget. But that one I hear is very good. I haven't started that one. I did went straight to Blue Lock.
What the fuck is it called?
Because that one was hyped more, to be honest with you, than the other one. Aoashi. Aoashi.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it pop up. It popped up on my Crunchyroll as a recommendation after watching Blue Lock. I'm like, get out of my face. I only want Blue Lock right now.
I hear it's good.
I'm sure
not
it's
as good probably as Blue Lock. And it's probably not going to hit the same.
It's probably not going to hit the same.
Because I feel like that's actually soccer, and this one's more like competing for a single spot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we didn't even mention, these are high schoolers, actually.
Right.
Competing to be on the Japanese world team.
Yeah, so they are extremely talented. All of them.
All of them. So, yeah, anyway. What else we got?
All right. Last on the sports anime is one of my favorites. It's like right there with Haikyuu for me. It's called Megalobox. It's about this guy. And, okay, let me explain something real quick. So the world of boxing has evolved. So people wear like boxing armor to make your punches stronger and like be able to take a little bit more damage. So it's more brutal sport. But it's about this guy who wears the bare minimum, like literally he would probably come out with nothing if he could, but he has to wear the bare minimum just to get into the fight. And he's out here knocking dudes out left and right. Well, at first he's not supposed to. He's supposed to take dives and stuff like that because, it's more money and he's poor and stuff like that. But eventually it's about him, like, trying to become the best boxer in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Megalobox is pretty lit. I mentioned this before. It reminds me of the movie Real Steel. That kind of underdog story. Like, they're not supposed to be, like, able to compete with someone on this level all the way up here, but then they beat you, like
yeah, so, exactly like that.
So yeah, no, that one's great. That one is, I feel like it's not talked about enough.
It was, but
yeah, in 2022, it's not talked about enough.
It's not
so
talked
I'm talking about it. Megalobox is a great sports anime.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all right. Last little section we got here.
All right, our last one is our shorts. So for our shorts, we basically did like, if there are no more than 12 episodes for the whole thing, then like we're going to basically pick those ones. And our first short is Erase. Now, Erase is an amazing anime, but it is not for everyone. It can definitely trigger you because it is about a guy who basically grows up, finds out his friend in middle school dies, right? Well, was murdered. And it's about him basically going back into time and trying to stop her murder. It is intense. It's an intense ride, like the whole time. Like, imagine a middle schooler with he's got the mind of like, I think he's 30 at the time. Yeah, he's 28. All right, he's 28.
Something like that.
But still, you're a middle schooler. you can't fight back if someone who's planning to
You
kill
this
is
big.
attacking you, you're done. So it's
Dunzo.
about like him figuring it out.
So the thing about Erase, because I've actually watched it twice. I watched it by
So
myself, and
good.
then I
It's so
watched it
good.
with my friend.
Mm.
Um, it will. I don't want to say it'll make you cry, but
It will make you. It will make you feel
it
for these
will.
characters.
It really has the emotion in there, and that and Erase is also in my top 10 actually.
Smart.
It's it's just because I think this is it technically
Hmm.
no, is it show?
I feel like this one might be its own genre where it's like a
Slice.
psychological horror.
Okay, I can roll with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Erased is definitely very 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 good anime. But yeah, definitely
You got to be ready
maybe
for it.
not watch this with your kids. I don't think it's like a I don't think it's necessarily inappropriate, but like Jason mentioned, it can be triggering, especially like when it's like things happening to kids.
Yeah.
It's a little too real sometimes, like
Yeah. Very.
what's happening in the show. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
what else we got?
All right. So we've got a show that honestly I can't remember too well. It's called Another, but
So
honestly I pushed a lot of it out except for one very distinct scene, and that scene you have to watch. I'm not gonna ruin it for nobody, so I'm going to pass the explanation over to Courtney.
another, I don't, excuse me. It's a horror type of anime actually. Um, this one was on my wheel. I actually I want to say I only watched like 4 or 5 episodes of it. Cause there's a kid that's transferred into this class, right? And and he starts to see things, does he not?
Yeah, he does.
And it's really just them kind of exploring the things around this high schooler, I think,
Yeah.
that died question mark. um so yeah, it's just kind of like a not mystery, but definitely like a horror kind of thriller type of show. It's short, you can knock it out if you're really into horror. I definitely recommend it. If you're not like a horror type of person, I wouldn't recommend it. Like that's all I will say.
All right. That's another. Moving
Another
on.
what? No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Moving on. So one of my personal childhood favorites, Fooly Cooley, aka FLCL, is about this boy, and he's like basically like coasting through life until one day this girl hits him with a guitar. But she's from another planet. So basically, like the guitar has magical abilities, and it opens up his mind into like being able to like monsters like come out of it. A portal is basically put in this boy's head, and monsters and like robots and all this cool stuff just starts coming out of it. But what really draws me to this story is watching this main character as he grows, like as he becomes more of a person. Like he's not so like just, oh, life's whatever, it's boring here, blah 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 blah. He starts to actually grow. You can see his character development and his growth on each episode. And it's only like 6 episodes long, so you can burn through this one easy. Courtney, did you watch this one, or did we not spin it yet?
We didn't spin it yet.
Dang,
But you
we
know
didn't spin
what?
it.
I actually read a couple pages of the manga.
Did
Not gonna
you?
lie. There's a manga library at the Anime Weekend Atlanta convention, and it was there, and I was reading it, and I was like, it's on my wheel. Let me stop reading it.
What'd you think of the couple panels? It's chaotic.
Like, you
Oh
know,
my
I just
God.
it's
My whole childhood. Young me is screaming.
No, it's not like it wasn't interesting. I just couldn't get jiggy with art style. Like the way that it was drawn, I was honestly confused a lot like reading it. So I was like, let me just wait and watch the anime. I feel like I'll have a better look at it, and
I
then maybe I
mean,
can go
the
back and watch it.
original art is like not that great. Like it's still good. You can make stuff out. Personally, I think it's decent, but compared to like some of the other stuff that came around like this time, but like it is like a little shortened. Like
Cause
so it was like this, right? Like the characters were just like sketched
yep.
in, and yeah.
And it's funny that you mentioned like what happened with the guitar because like I didn't get that from what I read at all. So like I was like, okay, clearly there's stuff that I'm just missing because the art is just a little.
They don't explain it till later, but yes. So he gets hit with a guitar.
Gotcha.
His head basically hurts. He puts a bandage over it, and then stuff starts coming out of his head.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. But no, it definitely seemed interesting. But yeah, I couldn't get jiggy with the art style for the manga.
I feel you. All right, I feel you. I personally like it. I think it's good, but yes, everyone has their own.
I mean, you gotta think like the first manga I read was My Hero.
Oh yeah, yo expectations are bam. All right.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, what else we got?
But yes, watch that one. All right, so another one we have that I have not seen is one that's called it's K.
Literally K. The letter
that's
K.
It. It's literally K.
This is more of a slice of life anime, I think. Actually, is it shonen? So this anime is centered around this character that apparently is like really friendly with everyone. Doesn't seem like there's anything wrong about him. But it's weird shit's been happening ever since this one person was killed. This member of this really important organization. But the person that they think it is this guy, this nobody guy that I just mentioned. So it's really just a story of like trying to figure out who the murderer is because everyone suspects that it's him. This just random nobody guy. This guy in high school is apparently just a murderer, like, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, no, it's definitely an interesting one. So this is one that I put it on here because I have watched it. I think there's multiple like sequels and stuff, like Shippudens basically of this show. I think I've only seen the first one.
Right.
But I watched it. And the reason why, like, me reading this description a lot isn't coming back because I must have binged it in like a day probably. Because like I said, it's a 12 episode kind of thing. But no, it's definitely solid, and you should check it out if you just want to watch something a little different. It's just a little different. I can't tell if this is. Shut the front door. It says it's shoujo. That description.
Wrong? Why is everything wrong?
That description doesn't sound shoujo-like to me, but hey, Cowboy Bebop is shoujo.
I hate it so much. Anyways,
no, but yeah, that one definitely is a interesting one. Again, like just trying to recommend you guys some shorter type things because we did talk about lots of things that have very long ongoing seasons. So
true.
Anyway. What we got next?
Another one of our short ones, which I personally loved. It's not like one of my favorites, but it definitely caught me off guard on how good it was. Is Fena, Pirate Princess. It's a Adult Swim Crunchyroll like anime they made together, and it's about this girl who basically like she's a princess, right? So her boat gets attacked as she's journeying to like some spot that her dad wants to go. She's a child at the time. So it gets attacked. She escapes with the help of a small boy who's a warrior at the time. Like he's meant to guard her. So he sets her free. She basically lives her life without him for a while, but then he comes back to save her from being wed off to someone who she shouldn't be. and she basically gets a army of samurai, pretty much. Like she gets like 5 samurai that basically follow her around because what her dad was trying to do was like make it to a specific spot where his family lineage is, and only she can open it and stuff like that. It's a very really interesting story. I'm not explaining it to the fullest extent, if I'm being honest. You're gonna have to watch it because there's little details that I can't tell you because you have to see it.
Yeah,
You do. There
that
it
makes
is.
sense.
You have to see it, and it is one of the like honestly, from Adult Swim, this is probably one of their most beautiful like animations I've ever seen. Like they've
Really?
done a lot
Okay.
of like collabs and stuff in the past, but this is probably one of the more beautiful ones. Like the art design is just crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only 12 episodes. Burn through it in like a day or two. I mean, depends on how busy you are.
Because you could, I mean, if you push through, you could get 3 episodes in an hour.
Yeah, easy, easy.
So that's only 4 hours.
Yeah. So yeah,
It-
there's that one. However, I do have an honorable mention for the shorts that I'm gonna be
Okay.
really quick with. So it's called Dororo, and it's about this I want to call him a shogun. It's around the Edo period. The shogun who basically wants to protect his land, and he basically makes a deal with demons to sacrifice his newborn son's like everything. His eyes are gone, his limbs are gone, his skin is gone. Like he's got nothing. And they
Okay.
basically like are gonna kill him, but like his wet nurse or his like nurse that just birthed him, basically puts him in like a Moses like situation where she like puts him in a river and he floats downstream and he lives, and he basically like has to like kill all the demons that his dad made a deal with. Like he makes a deal with a group of them. They all got specific parts of him, and as he
Okay.
kills each demon, his parts come back. Like his eyes will come back, or his skin come back, his arms will come back. But the thing about him is he replaced all his limbs with swords. So like he's got a sword for an arm for both his arms, a sword for his legs, because like he knows he needs to kill demons.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard the title Dororo before.
Mm-hmm.
Never knew that's what it was about. That
Yeah.
sounds crazy.
It is very crazy, and there's
That
like some stuff
sounds
with his brother that happens,
wild.
and like it's a good one if you've got like 12 episodes. The intro's a banger. It's one of my favorites. I put it on a Spotify playlist. I listen to it like every now and then when I need to get hyped up.
Okay, purr. We love to see it.
Yeah.
I would like to throw out like a quick rapid fire honorable mention
Go for
for stuff for kids. So a lot of the stuff that we talked about was definitely mostly like for teens and up.
Mm-hmm.
But if you wanted to like start watching stuff with your kids, I would suggest watching some Studio Ghibli movies.
Yeah, Ghibli's a good one for kids. Hold on. Didn't you get scared by Spirited Away though?
Correct. But
Alright.
but it's funny, like I don't really think it's that scary looking at it again. It's
Mhm.
it's but
You're an
I mean
adult,
there's yeah, but I don't think it'll scare kids away though. I'm not I don't think I was the only one impacted by anyway, doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Studio Ghibli, they have stuff out there, what, Howl's Moving Castle, Ponyo,
Great.
Spirited Away.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Princess
with the-
Mononoke.
Yeah, that one. And then
My Neighbor Totoro.
that one.
Mhm.
Those are all like really good things to kind of just, if you're trying to get into anime with your kids or you want to expose them, I suggest watching Studio Ghibli for sure.
Don't watch Princess Mononoke with your kids.
Okay. I don't know what
I
Princess
mean,
Mononoke is
if
about.
you got scared from Spirited Away, there are some scenes in Princess Mononoke that will scare children. I 100% guarantee that.
Okay. Then just watch the 4 that we mentioned,
Yes.
not that
Yeah.
one. But yeah, okay. But yeah, I think that's it. So I think that's just kind of, we tried to give you a good list of some popular, some not so popular, some good anime to get you started. If you have any other recommendations for people getting into anime, please put them in the comments. Let people
Yeah.
know. So yeah, because we're just two cousins talking about anime. What do we know?
Well, this is just our opinion.
This is just us.
So, it is that time where we find out what Courtney thought at Courtney's Corner.
Courtney's Corner.
So, last week or last time, I'm sorry, I don't know when this is coming out.
Dragon Ball Z.
Last episode, we basically spun the wheel and we got a Ghibli classic, Ponyo.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you watch it?
I actually finished it today.
Good.
I started it, whatever, I think the day after we recorded the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then I fell asleep. I didn't fall asleep because I was bored. I fell asleep because I watched it before I was going to sleep, which was my first mistake.
Mm-hmm.
So... I'm not gonna say that I hated it because that's very harsh. That's very harsh. I didn't hate it, but I was so bored. I was so bored watching it. Like in the beginning, I was like, "Oh, this is actually really cute. This story about a little boy finding this little fish. Oh, it's gonna be so cute." And then it got into all this weird stuff about her dad and her mom, and he was trying to keep her from the world, and it was just weird. Like it was I feel like it would have definitely hit different though, honestly, if I was a child. But
well,
like
all right.
but like there was nothing that grabbed me. Like I didn't really connect with any aspect of the story, to be honest. I tried so hard to like not be on my phone watching it. Like it was like that. Yeah, it was like that.
You were bored. All right.
I was it was not giving what it was supposed to give.
I'm so
Ponyo,
sorry.
And don't get me wrong though, like genuinely, I know I brought it up earlier about it being something to get kids into. It is super kid friendly and it was super adorable. I do think it was very cute. It was just like, and I love slice of lifey type things. I love shoujo-y type things, but I was just not into any part of it. And even the way I feel like it ended abruptly too. Like it just like, boom. Like I don't know. It just, I didn't like anything about it.
All right, that's the honest opinion. You heard it here. She did not like Ponyo.
I did like it. It's probably the lowest rated thing on Courtney's Corner. I don't even know what to give it.
What would you rate it?
Shit. What's the lowest thing been on the pod so far? 4, I think.
I think a 4.
I think that was No Game No Life. Actually.
How dare you? Blasphemy.
Is it a scale from 1 to 10 or 0 to 10?
1 to 10. No, there's no such thing as a 0.
I give it like a 2. I give
it a 2. No.
I give it a 2. It, like I said, I was not engaged. Like it didn't engage with me personally. But don't get me wrong, super cute. Like, again, I feel like I should have watched it like 10 years ago. It probably
it's something you should watch when you're a child. Yeah. That's probably one of the ones that I would recommend to children that would definitely not scare anybody. Oh,
no. I didn't like the dad, though. His eyes freaked me out. It's because he... So I listened to the dub, though, and it had, like, Liam Neeson, Betty White in it, like, some heavy hitters in there.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, when it started out, I was like, this finna be fire. Shit is ass, bro. it's straight doo-doo cheeks. I did not, but it's so funny because I can't say I don't recommend it. It's just,
if you're over the age of 15, it's not gonna hit. It's just not. It's not gonna hit.
Props just not. Don't. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
All right,
Um,
let's see
yeah,
what you're gonna watch next, I guess.
yeah. Let's see what we got.
All right, so we've pulled up the wheel. It is time for Courtney to figure out or find out what she is going to watch for next episode.
You know what I really want to watch?
Uh, uh, Probably Silent
Oh,
Voice because that's a
huh?
classic,
No,
or
I don't want to. I don't want to be sad.
maybe what? It's like one of those ones that make you sad.
That's
Or
what I said. I don't want to be sad.
oh my bad. Then you want to watch Great Pretenders.
No, I was gonna say I want to watch Ranking of Kings. That's what
Ooh,
I've been
yeah,
dying to watch for a while,
that's
actually.
true. Yeah.
Let's see if I can will it. All right, let's see what I get. Oh, I saw a Hero no Sora on there. That's the other basketball one, isn't it? Hormia.
Horimiya.
So I started this one already.
What?
I was like I watched one episode of it. Well, I feel like the reason why we put it on there even though I've started it is because I watched a little bit of it, but like not enough for me to remember anything. So
All right.
I feel like I can still get the same vibe from it for sure.
Okay.
So Hormia, no, I'm excited about this one. It's actually a shojo.
Mm-hmm.
I like shojos. Love shojos.
Is this the first shoujo we've spun?
Yes.
All right. We don't count Ponyo.
I was gonna say, is that
That's
technically?
slice of life.
I was gonna say, I feel like that was more slice of life
Yeah.
because it's not necessarily a romance. It's technically a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
No, Hormia. It's definitely based off of like a kind of like an alt kind of character.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to learn more about him and
Yeah.
the love story and everything. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. All right. So it is time for Creator Spotlight, where we find an artist, whether they do anime, they make manga, whatever in the nerddom spectrum, and then we shout them out. So today we're going to be shouting out a webtoon that I have been obsessed with recently. So we're going to pull that up and we're going to talk about it. Okay, so this is by the creators Lark and Ren. And it's called Woven. And it is based in a fantasy world where dragons are in this world and they have control magic pretty much. They can control magic, but the way they do that is they can see the threads of reality and they adjust the threads to perform magic. Now, these dragons basically bestow onto specific people the ability to do magic, and those are wizards. However, they basically kind of like, you know how power works. Like, somebody's like, oh, I gotta have more power, and like, oh, I want to control more people with my power because, you know, whatever. So there turns into a war, and people start dying, dragons start dying, and then there's a break. Like, dragons no longer give people abilities. A lot of them die. They're basically gone. Like, nobody knows where dragons are. Except this story is not about the dragons and the humans fighting per se. It's more about this girl on the upper, I guess this is for you guys, on the right. She is she's blind. She basically, there was an incident where she basically died, and the men on the opposite side kind of brought her back to life. She was blinded from it. However, in her blindness, she can see the threads, which no one else can except for dragons. Dragons are the only people who can see the thread. So basically what this guy does is he's teaching her how to use magic because she's one of the few people, she's the only person who can see the threads. And it's like a really very riveting, interesting story about like how society moves on when you don't have magic anymore.
Mm-hmm.
and how people are still trying to get magic back. And the art style is it's almost like it's painted. Like it feels like it's painted. Like click any of them, any single one of them. Like it looks beautiful. It's stunning.
Wow, it is pretty.
It's extremely beautiful, and they do black people right. The
They
lead
don't look like
character
minstrels.
is,
Yep.
I'm pretty sure, supposed to be Latin. So it's if you need some PICs in your, webtoons, this is a good one. Honestly, I have not stopped reading this one. This is one of the few ones that I give my money to because like I need to know what happened.
You do the pass thing. What is it called? The fast pass. No, that's not what it's called.
Oh, the I do the little coin thing. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
Yep.
Wow.
So yes,
Shout
shout
out
out
to that.
to Lark and Ren, for this amazing webtoon.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely add it to my list.
Please do.
My never-ending list.
Yeah, please do. It is.
I'm still like
great.
behind on all of the other webtoons you brought up.
That's okay. I am obsessed with webtoons. I feel like if you are an artist and you make webtoons, you deserve more props because I feel like I know
100%.
webtoons probably pays you, probably not enough. I feel like it might be the Spotify of artists. So
yeah, because I want to say you don't even get like a lot of ads and whatnot on Webtoon.
Exactly.
Like that app.
There's
so like
no ads or very rarely ever any ads.
So yeah, no, I'll definitely check it out.
Please do.
This was great. Hopefully the newer anime watchers that subscribe to our podcast, hopefully we gave you some good recommendations. If not, tell us we ain't shit. It's okay.
Really?
I can take it. But yes, if you are listening to our podcast, why don't you check us out on YouTube? We're pretty cool, and we're some sexy motherfuckers out here. So you should just be watching us instead of listening. Just listening. You know what I'm saying? No, but definitely if you're listening to the podcast, our audio versions are always gonna have not always. We'll sometimes have some things cut out that would be on the visual version of our podcast. So definitely keep that in mind for those who listen. If you're watching us on YouTube, I hope you're subscribed.
Really though.
Hit that subscribe button.
It helps.
We are at we're at 256 subscribers.
All right.
10 whole subscribers from the last time we recorded.
That's pretty good. That's not bad.
So we're getting there.
Yeah.
Trying to get to 300 subscribers by the end of the year. That would be #goals.
Really though.
But yes, if you're on YouTube, please like, comment. We're trying to get the algorithm to like us. Please. I don't know how the YouTube algorithm works. Please help.
Yeah, YouTube's a little weird.
And we got a Patreon coming pretty soon. That's in the works. Please. Oh my gosh. I didn't talk about this the last episode. Join our Discord.
Join our Discord.
Talk to us. Please.
Love to hear what you guys think.
I try to like start conversations every now and then, but like no one be like responding. So like even you, Jason, you don't be responding either.
Honestly, I have so many Discords, I don't even notice that one pop up.
It's a damn shame.
However,
I am a part of a bunch of Discords too, Jason.
That is also true. Yes, you're correct. However, I was thinking maybe we should do something with our Discord, like a monthly video or something like that, where we just hang in there and we watch like an old school movie or anime movie or something like that, and get a little bit more cultured. I'm thinking Akira, the first one.
Are you thinking of who?
Akira. It is a classic movie.
I feel like I've heard about it before.
It's the one with the kid on the red bike. Pretty sure you've seen at least an image of it.
Probably. Yeah. Something, yeah. Okay. Yeah, no. I think we definitely should be engaged more. I know I focus on engagement on TikTok a lot. Our TikTok we're at like 3925 or something. We're almost at 4,000.
Yeah. We're getting up there.
We're getting there. I try to promote the podcast as much as possible on there. It's hard. The algorithm does not like me talking about the podcast, so is what it
If it's
is.
not about TikTok.
Guess I have to use my personality. Man, that's tough.
I'm dead.
What's the other platform that we have? Audio versions of our podcast are available. If you are watching us on YouTube and you aren't able to watch us later, you can listen on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and others. Those are like the main ones that we have people listening on. But I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to say, Jason?
I mean, second season's going off strong. Let's keep the momentum going. Get these followers and stuff like that. We love y'all. We want to talk to y'all about stuff. So we would love to hear anything you guys have to say, to be honest with you. Possible recommendations you guys might want to talk about. And we are going to open up soon to guests. Just give us a second. We will start bringing in guests soon.
Yes, very, very soon. I know some of y'all that have been guests in the past are itching to come back. Wait. Please. Yeah. Let's meet some new people, and then we'll think about spinning the block. Just wait. But yeah, no, I'm super excited about season 2. It's starting off well. We've gotten a lot of engagement already. Very excited, getting new people interested into the podcast. It's great.
Yeah.
All right, see you guys next time, and we are the
Anime
Cousins. Yay! All right, thanks guys for listening. Okay, bye.